guys. Welcome back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get the clapping.
Clapping. We got a machine. They think I'm gonna try to tell you. No, but seriously, thank you. Welcome back. It is us.
Episode 4.
Oh my God, we are episode 4, and we got subscribers.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
We doing little numbers. We getting there.
we are, guys. We, as you see, are surrounded by some amazing men. Look at this.
Oh, let me give them claps too.
Oh. We are surrounded by these amazing men for today's awesome and outstanding episode. Raising children alone with little to no assistance from a male perspective.
Yes.
And so we, of course, have some men, obviously. We have these gentlemen here who will introduce themselves to you guys. And they're here to just kind of tell a little bit of their journey and just kind of have a conversation with us.
Right. So, should we start with you?
Oh, that's counting that.
Oh, okay. I'm new to this.
That's the way it is.
Right.
All right, not a problem. My name's Harvey. I'm a single father of 3. Well, 2 of that I have custody of, and 1 I share visitation with, and custody with another parent. But other than that, 34. I'm from Queens,
Hey.
Long Island City area.
Hey.
So.
Just in case, you know. Something like that. And
My name is Johnny, 28, born and raised in Brooklyn, father of 1 10-year-old girl, and full custody, and I want to unpack that.
Okay.
yes.
My
Now-
name is Jay. I'm sorry. If you know where I'm from, it says right here.
Ow.
I'm not here representing. I'm not here for letting you know.
I'm from Staten Island, obviously. I'm a father of 3, and I can't say single parent because like that confuses me sometimes. Like when they say single parent, if the other parent is still there.
I
But
understand.
I'm a single man, but I have kids. So if you want to say that,
I understand.
So you're like co-parenting.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Do you have them the majority of the time?
Well, my oldest son lives with me,
Okay.
and I have twins. They live in the Bronx. So
Ooh,
yeah,
A boy and a girl?
no, I have all boys.
Oh.
I got lucky.
you got lucky.
Lucky.
No,
I mean,
I got a boy and
And he
2
just
girls.
said he got See?
I got a boy and 2 girls.
See, he ain't too lucky then, huh? And he just fucked up. He got a whole lot.
they say
God
you
bless on that
get,
one.
Right.
They say you get the boys when you put in all the work.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
I don't know.
both my daughters look just like me.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Who kids look like? I think it's going to matter who they look like, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing with us. And as you guys know, I am Ebony,
Mm-hmm.
and I am a single mother of 2. My daughter is 20, and my son is 11. And I'm a single mother by the definition that their fathers don't do what they're supposed to do properly,
No.
but I have an amazing village.
Which is great.
Right. So, like, I've also learned that during this journey to identify that, right? But we're going to unpack all of that. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
dope. Conversation is dope.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a single mom of 2. I have a 17-year-old and a soon-to-be 24-year-old. My situation is pretty much like Ebony's. I started very young, and I've been spearheading this all on my own. And, of course, I have a village, but, yeah, that's it. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be preteens.
Oh, God. Good luck with that.
God bless.
Good luck with that. That's why you say you had all boys, and
I
you
had
said
all boys.
easy.
I mean, I got 1 15-year-old and 2 7-year-olds. They twins, so.
Okay, but I've always wanted a daughter. I used to be a weirdo, go out buying clothes, just trying to speak it into existence, but it never
When I found
happened.
out I was having a girl, it was like a weight off my shoulders because I knew it's almost like if you know what a woman's supposed to look like, you know how to raise your daughter. But
Alright.
if you're not ready, like when my daughter was born, I was 18. So if you're not a man yet, and I definitely wasn't,
It'll make you.
a boy is not a good thing for you. So that
That-
was a blessing for me.
I see
That's
that.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
first of
could
all, that was
understand
that
that.
was really, we need a buzzer or something.
Wait, well, let me give her a clap, though.
A clap or something. Listen, because
Yeah.
just the fact that you at 28 can identify that and verbalize that is like so dope. Because probably if more men were able to even express that or own that, then so many of our young boys, our young men today wouldn't be, or homes wouldn't look the way they do, right? And it wouldn't be the dynamic of so many young women that are raising children by themselves. I'm gonna pray real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because we also want to touch on some news because we were kind of cracking up this week. So, but Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you as always for this day, for this moment. I am in awe at your magnificence, and I thank you. So I ask that you just have your way in this space, that you continue to grant us your traveling grace and mercy. And Father God, use each of us. Use this conversation to open up space for more conversations. And Father God, Lord, just have your way. And we thank you for all that you are to each of us. In your name we pray, amen.
Yes, in God's name.
Can I don't want to take over your show, right? But I gotta ask this question, right?
Go ahead.
It's like a segue to what you just said, right? So I have a problem with women calling their men daddy.
Yeah.
Like that's just like so. I mean, what is like,
you got a father and you got a daddy.
No, but I mean that's like crazy. Like I
don't
don't know.
think
Like,
it's different.
I mean,
Because growing up as a kid, you get taught to call your father daddy, not
like,
father.
yeah. Like,
Daddy, you know? So,
But it's different. I mean, you know, it's
I mean,
more
I
like
can
a
understand the
zaddy, not
concept.
daddy.
Right.
It's more like a zaddy, like, you know, not daddy.
I mean,
yeah, it's a big difference.
I can understand the concept, but still, it's like, not everybody wants to be heard zaddy all day.
yeah, like it's crazy. Like that's.
But what y'all want us to call you? Boo?
Babe,
I don't know.
boo, honey, you know.
Call me anything, but don't call me
that's,
Latoya.
Don't call you
You can even call me my real name.
Yeah,
It don't
no.
even bother me.
I mean, you know, nicknames are good. They're like helpful.
Daddy's not
Like
the
my kids
nickname
call
to
me,
go for.
my kids call me daddy. I don't want to hear you call me daddy. Like I gotta
Yeah.
take care of you now too. Like that's.
I mean,
I mean,
mean,
you are
in
supposed
some way,
yes.
in a lot of ways, you are taking care
you
of
are.
me, and hence that's where the
If
daddy
I can't
comes
file
from.
you on my taxes, don't call me daddy.
I mean, if
You are right.
If you want to do that, it's called get married.
exactly, put a ring on my finger, and you can claim me on whatever you want. Like, make my last name
It
look
might
like
not
yours.
be the best benefit sometimes because you might not get nothing back. But hey, so
Listen,
be it.
You got my name, I got your name. Now
Yeah,
you're the
you're
real
right.
daddy. Like, but I think that that's part of just the things that you have to discuss in your relationship. When you know, if we take the time to actually have more conversation with each other, then those are things you say. Like for me, my heart knows my boundaries are, you know, these are the things that don't rub me right. They don't do it for me. Some men like daddy. They like it.
Trying to stay with the times. That's
No,
what.
they just like it all for the reasons that you give
But
it to him.
but
You're
Puff
not
Daddy
just-
calls his friends daddy.
Oh,
See, that's a different.
that's not real.
We're not having that conversation right now.
Johnny said, whoa. Johnny said, wait, hold on.
There's a lot about him that we.
We just gonna leave alone.
Definitely.
All right, before we jump into this heavy conversation, we'll speak about Ralph Y'all, the young man who was shot after going into the wrong driveway. He went to pick up his siblings, and it was the wrong address. And the man shot him through the door and shot him through the glass, and then came outside and shot him in the head. So what is your take on that? How do you feel as a father raising young men?
I mean, when is it gonna stop? All right. You had I forget his name, with the iced tea and the Skittles.
Trayvon.
Trayvon, right? Like it's still
yeah.
we marched, we did everything, and it's still going on. Like,
I'm tired of
But did we?
marching.
Okay, so. But when is one march enough?
Never.
it's never.
And so we're still here because we don't fight.
Facts.
We yell, but we don't fight.
We could yell, we could fight. No matter what, American society still won't see us as an equal.
So here's the thing, and that may be true. We may never be seen as equal in this country. However, we aren't where we are because of let me say this. We are where we are because of those who did not stop fighting, right? Like, and I use this example all the time. Think about all the people who told Dr. Martin Luther King to sit down. right?
Or
Think
even-
about how many times they told him to just go. They burned the man church.
Or even Malcolm
Malcolm
X.
X. Mm-hmm.
Rosa
Betty
Parks.
Shabazz, all the
All these-
other
all these
many
people.
who just decided that I'm just not gonna sit down, and I'm not just gonna march today. I'm gonna march tomorrow. I'm gonna march tomorrow. I'm going to stop buying into white America. Like if we honestly decided to like not shop, like dead ass,
Right.
everybody don't
Right.
shop.
Don't shop
Do you-
in a white
24
army.
hours, period.
They'll
Don't
change
shop.
their mind then.
Don't shop.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be honest, even as black business owners, we buy into white America because we still don't know how to treat each other, even as black business owners. So what if as patriots, we say, you know what, I'm not spending no money, period. Think about what a difference we would make. And not just for today, not just for tomorrow, but we actually stuck to that. Think about if we dead ass started boycotting malls.
Fact.
Like, okay, so you're not gonna change the law, you're not gonna listen. Okay, so we're not gonna spend any money
Yeah,
because
no
we
money.
are. If you watch Consumer Reports, if you read financial documents, we are the highest spenders. We broke as shit, but we the highest spenders. So think about if we honestly stop doing that.
How much money they said we spent over the course of the pandemic?
I mean,
You remember?
I was on Amazon like every day.
Right. Buying
nothing else to
Hennessy
do.
and
I mean,
crab leg.
Yeah.
I was at work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you was at work.
Definitely in the
I mean,
It was 100 millions, right?
I mean, you was better off on unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting $800 a week.
I was a city worker.
Unemployment, PPE loans, all of
Yeah.
the great things that they
I
allow
was a city
us
worker, so I couldn't even have.
Take it off.
Yeah, I mean,
I had to work through it.
to right through it with a
But
mask.
my city job is not considered an essential job nowadays. I work for New York City Housing Authority, so during the 9/11 attack, we was considered first responders. During this pandemic,
Y'all
we're
was
not
regular people.
we're not even considered first responders anymore.
oh, that's weird.
No
So-
extra benefits in what they want you to do.
Wow.
and what they want you to take.
I mean, back to your statement, right? Like, I pay attention to a lot of things, right? So everybody was mad at Kanye West, right? Now this is he made a comment and said slavery was a choice.
Oh,
Right.
let's talk about that.
Now-
I knew
now-
where this was
now
going.
time out.
I'm here
Now
for
time
that.
out.
Right.
If you think about it, right? If you think about it, he's correct in a way.
Kind
It's not what you say; it's how you say it, right?
Mhm.
Because guess what? Like she just said, if we go to if we stop shopping at the malls and everything else, right? If we was, as a people, smart enough and know that there's strength in numbers, maybe we could have prevented some of that stuff. You get what I'm saying? Because we have an advantage ourselves. We're doing all the labor, not we, because I wasn't there, but you know, they were doing all the labor, the lifting and everything. So obviously they were strong. They was only against guns. They can't kill everybody.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? And that's the mentality now of us as black people, right? If you have a tire shop down the block, and I have a tire shop down the block, right? Somebody comes to me as a black man, and you have a shop, right? Instead of us working together, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm trying to undercut you.
I'm gonna go try to find that tire and sell it instead of giving you business and you know one hand wash the other. And they say both hands clean the face. So and that's the mentality that we have now. We gotta be that. We gotta have it first, do it first, or get the credit.
It's not just do it first or get the credit. It's also just no one reaches back. So we are not even outraged as parents. We're not even outraged enough as parents that this baby went to get his siblings. We fight every day to earn, to build, to create, and move our children into what is supposed to be safer, better neighborhoods, so that they get away from what is supposed to be crime every day, right? And sadly, they're safer in the hood than they are
out
in
here.
suburbs.
Yeah.
And like that's where it's the breakdown, because we're only upset for 2 minutes. And I say this about a lot of things. We don't care if it doesn't directly affect us.
Yeah.
And so we can't be mad at what we get based on what we give. Every parent right now should be marching down, banging down walls. The gun laws need to change in this country. I'm sorry.
First of all, the
We
state
don't-
of the schools, they should be they should be going crazy. You can't even send your kid to school. It's very scary. You don't know if your child's gonna make it back home. All of these gangs, all of it, it's very scary. Even riding a train, like there's no safe space for our children.
I mean,
At this point in time, I go through a situation in my daughter's school. Like, they take her phone every time she walks in the school building. I'm like, hold up. Why are y'all taking her phone for? God forbid anything happens and Y'all got her phone locked in the principal's office. Protocol calls, a shooting happens, all doors are supposed to close. God forbid my daughter gets separated from her class teacher or whatever. Now I can't even contact my child to find out what's going on because y'all don't even have eyes on my child.
Oh, but no, because it's getting ready. That's getting ready to get worse. Ibar. They're getting ready to do lockdowns. Like
Yeah. They practice.
they are
They do
paying for
practice
it.
and park downs.
No,
Yeah.
and now they're
Lockdowns.
and not
Yeah, we
just
do that.
practicing, but they're paying for a system where they lock doors. Once the kid gets inside the school, they're locking doors.
Oh.
You didn't even ask us. You didn't even consult with the parents on how I feel about the fact that you're locking my kid in the building.
That's, but we not showing up. They don't take us serious.
And that's the other
we,
part
they,
to
they
it.
beat
So,
us and we
again-
just get over it. They beat us again.
It
And
goes back to the same thing. Like I'm fighting the system now, and it doesn't even affect my children. But just because for me as a parent, it does affect them because it's going to affect you later on in the line, down the line.
With grandchildren.
The things that we don't pay attention to. Not just that, but so, okay, that may not be my son, but then what happens in 10 years when my son has to come in contact with that kid that didn't, or that kid that wasn't? Now that's my son's consequence. You know, like we're not paying attention. Like we just don't get involved enough. We don't care, and the things that we do care about are frivolous to me, at least.
Yeah.
It's just like this young black man went and knocked on the door because his mother told him to go get his siblings. Like just put yourself in that place. Like just think about being 15 and ringing the bell and getting shot.
How about being in the parent's place? I sent my 15-year-old child to go
the guilt.
pick up my other kids,
The
and now
guilt.
he got shot for no reason, for accidentally going to the wrong address, and
Like the man didn't even give him a warning. Like, get off my porch. Like, get off my porch. Like they usually say, get off my porch.
or who is it?
But that's
Or
why.
that, yeah.
But look at his grandson. I told you, I was just saying, his grandson was on the news talking about, yep, my grandpa's a racist. I said, ooh, I had to go back when I read the caption, like, not the grandson. And homie had cornbraids going back. I said, oh, you in the hood, okay. So again, like God, karma, life, it doesn't pay to be, the way that you are. That hatred that man held because I was a child. Even if the first shot was an accident.
There's no compassion.
Why you took your ass outside and shot him again?
In
like
the head.
when you went out. Okay, so the first shot.
The first shot wasn't
an accident.
enough for you. Like you made sure the person is dead now.
And that's
Like,
my thing.
But the gag is they trying to charge him with assault.
No, that's not. That's
because they're
definitely
saying
not.
the robbery. Because they're saying robbery in the neighborhood
trying to
was
claim
high. The houses
robbery.
were being
Of course.
houses were being vandalized. So he, at his age and all of his ailments, he feared for his life because that's the first thing they say, right? We feared for our life, and so now justice will make it okay that his fear was understood. But then, if that was a black grandpa, would it look the same?
Depends on the state.
I don't think any state would
Really?
look the same.
I think
Texas.
I don't
No.
think anywhere, no.
Texas gun laws is way
They are
different
lax.
than New York gun laws.
You remember that one woman who she said self-defense, and I believe she shot somebody, but didn't she have to go to jail? I'm gonna find her name. I'm
That
gonna
cop?
find. It was a lady.
Was it
It
the
was
cop?
a black woman.
I mean, you get.
Oh, let's
you
not get
more,
on that cop subject.
Oh,
You get more killing the dog. You get more,
right.
Oh,
kill
yeah.
the dog. You get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They tried to run Mike Vick name through the mud.
Oh, tried. They did.
No,
They
No,
definitely.
they tried because he came out and made his name right back.
But they made him go to jail for
It
some
cost
shit he
him-
should not have even had to
Cost
go
them
to jail.
millions and millions.
Millions of
But
dollars.
that's his
Definitely
fault
did.
too, though,
How?
because he knew what he was doing. If at the end of the day, right? If I'm making millions of dollars, what am I putting myself in a predicament to lose
That's
it
a
for?
fact.
I mean, for him, it was just.
But he admitted to doing it. He
Right,
said,
because
he
he
said, I
said-
did it.
It's
I have a
dogs.
conspiracy theory.
No, he's
But it was just dogs.
Listen,
Like, that was
I
his
just saw the
story.
interview.
I
He
seen
said
the
he
whole
did it. He
case.
said he did it,
I just have a
and
conspiracy
his friends was
theory,
telling
too.
him, like, you shouldn't do it, and he was like, whatever. He's rich. You can't tell him nothing.
Of course not.
And then you got some people that's like, you have yes men. I'm gonna shut up. Oh yeah, whatever. If you paying me, I'm gonna shut up. But sometimes you need
Michael
people
Vick.
around you that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
prior
He
to
forgot he was still a.
his conviction, did he ever have any trouble with the law? Nah, he didn't. But his brother Marcus did.
You're right, but at the end of the day,
That's why I say I have a
So guess what?
conspiracy.
So
to
you
this.
saying it wasn't
no,
Vic, it was Marcus?
but guess
They
what?
both
just
Vicks,
took it?
but I think he took it because he knew he could. He could
Get less
eat
time.
Less
He
time.
wouldn't. It wouldn't look
You
the
have a-
same for him as it would his brother.
You have a big head, and you think you're above the law because of your
But he
status.
did. I mean, he did end up going to jail, right?
Yeah.
Like he
Did
did
2
end up paying
years.
some time, and I still, in my mind, believe that if that was a white football player, it wouldn't have looked the same.
Okay, you want to go white football players? We could go that route too. Brett Favre,
Ben Roethlisberger.
2 rapes, beat him.
Facts. They didn't get in trouble.
And they
Sure.
definitely raped him.
And Deshaun Watson had to sit out for how many years?
How many?
Yeah.
Come on, we getting fined for saying shit like no homo. Like I can't say no homo. Why?
He just
Like,
came
that
back.
just
You're
that
right.
yeah,
He did
that.
about
Yeah, he's been out.
closer
And
to
they still-
2.5
messing-
years.
They still messing
And
with
they
him.
still messing with him. Okay, but I'm just that's also because y'all like to jump on the other side. Y'all get money and go to the white girls. And they don't do y'all niggas right, but y'all stay skipping over to them exotic women.
Look at Jonathan Majors.
Hello, they drag their asses. Look, the funniest
She
shit
made
though.
2 back-to-back
Hold
movies
on,
perfect,
hold
and then right after, getting dragged right
Cause
to
y'all
the
don't
mud.
y'all
You're right.
like to go get them exotic women. Y'all get money and get
You see what
exotic.
they released on it too. It's even worse because you know it's the whole pandering of the race.
Yeah.
They showed the club video of her after, just chilling in the club, no injuries, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Uber driver or whoever was driving,
Oh,
like
no.
testimonial saying, yeah, she was hitting him.
No, let's give her some gunshots. Those ain't the gunshots you hear in the hood, but she getting gun right. It looks like a knife, but
Sound like she got cut.
It's always a tactic, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Mike Tyson to Kobe, Bill Cosby.
Definitely.
Before the most recent one.
We can talk,
Bill
Can't talk about that.
Bill was playing
Right.
himself. Bill was
But you
playing
know-
himself.
It's a tactic.
He was dropping them. He was dropping them pills. He was playing himself.
You
Let me tell
can't-
you
but how you
something, right?
know?
Like you
Let me
can't
tell
be
you
of color in a high
He
position
admitted to giving
and
them
not get broken
pills.
down.
They ain't
Bill
wanna.
Cosby can't even see right now. He don't know what's going on.
He's old,
Yeah.
and
But
jail
guess what?
will age you faster.
No, but guess what? He was trying to buy NBC.
Yes.
NBC or whatever it was.
He was trying to buy
And
CBS,
Yeah,
NBC.
and he didn't want to. They didn't want to give it to him, and he didn't want to sell his portion.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Piggybacking off of what you said about how people, like, they don't reach back. When they do try to reach back, sometimes they get people who try to take them out because they don't want them to reach back.
No, that wasn't reaching back. That was fine. That was getting rich again.
Well, you got people like Young Thug who has purchased land to put things in place for his community, and now he's in jail.
For something that he wouldn't be in jail for 5
Right.
years ago.
Yep.
A rap, like lyrics.
Oh, they getting rap artists every day now just off of rap lyrics.
But so okay, because again, what makes us think that we'll ever live in a leverage that is that of white America, right? And so we don't build with each other. We do not create with each other. Again, we don't even make babies with each other. As soon as niggas get rich, they go and get exotic women that don't even look like us.
Sorry,
So
exotic
we
women
stop-
to me is black of the berries, sweet of the
You
juice.
need to
Sorry
stop
about that.
fight.
You wait, yeah, let's give him a kiss. Let's give him a kiss.
That's that mentality.
Sorry about that. But
Yes.
I want foreign car, foreign woman, foreign passport, foreign money.
So look at Kevin Hart.
They forget who they grew up with.
Look at Kevin
Yeah.
Hart.
Mhm.
She was with that nigga when he was in Philly bars.
And he cheated on her.
For what? For the what? Exotic. And then she did the smart
I'm
thing
not
because she
touching
kept
that one.
she kept his last name.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
said, "Oh, why would she keep it?" I built that shit.
Yeah.
I again, not to get off topic, but to get off topic because again, the strength in what a black woman does. We will love you when you have nothing. We love you at nothing. With nothing, at nothing, build with you. We will hold you down, almost to a fault, because it's almost to a fault to ourselves. Because then, when you get where you need to be, very little black men then take that woman with them. That's why when I see like the Denzel Washingtons, when I see like Tabitha, I can't forget her.
Brown.
Yes, and her husband. And when you hear their testimony about how, like, we have one bank account. We've always had one bank account. When I was driving for Uber, we had one bank account.
That's
And now
great.
we making millions and we still have one, right? Or when you see, like, black love. Because don't get me wrong, it does exist. And I know it does. Right? I do believe and know. We see it, too. We see the other side of that. But that's why them white girls is coming to get y'all.
Okay,
Right.
what about
They
not
taking y'all out.
not to steer too far off
Check y'all
topic,
out.
but what about the black women with white men?
Facts.
Because
So
what else
true.
we got? What we got?
Y'all got it all. What you talking about? What y'all got?
Man, listen, Show me where
That's
it's
like a
at.
contradiction.
How's it?
How?
It's like a contradiction. I mean,
Right.
We don't
I'm
got
looking at her like, what?
I'm asking the question
I
like
just want to
Right.
conversation. I'm stirring the conversation. What?
I was told by a woman before that I should stop with this whole I only want to be with a black man thing because it hasn't gotten me very far in life. Meanwhile, she's a woman of another race married to a black man.
But
who's
that's the
pretty
thing.
probably far in life,
She's a
right?
whole nother. She's a whole nother race.
Who's pretty probably far in life, right? All right then.
I mean, for me, to be honest, I believe in black men. I joke all the time with my friends, like, I'm going to get me a white man. But for me, as far as I'm going in Spanish, and for me, Spanish is just as black as we are.
Oh,
Right.
I love that. I'm glad you brought that subject up.
Like, y'all just as black
Right.
as we are. Like,
Right.
you know, that.
I'm
Right.
glad you brought that subject
Right.
up because I have the same conversation with some of my family members,
Cousins. The
family members.
Afro-Caribbean side.
family members, friends, even school friends back in the day. Like, you can't sit there and try to say, yo, you're Spanish, you're supposed to be chilling with the Spanish people. To be honest, fuck all that. Honestly speaking, if you really want to sit there and look what up a Puerto Rican and Dominican are mixed with, well, Puerto Ricans I know for sure since I'm Puerto Rican, Taino Indians, African Americans, and Spaniards. So you mixed with all three. You're
So
not.
you might as well go on outside and have fun.
There's no point. But Spanish people were whitewashed from a young age.
For hundreds
So-
and hundreds of years.
Their brains is, oh, you're not black, you're not white, you're Spanish, but you are to hate the black man
Yeah.
and love the white man. Nah, no.
Everyone teaches
It's
different.
generational.
Us.
It's generational.
It's
racism.
generational.
Really?
Like
Mhm.
grandmothers, aunts, they'll tell you like, don't hang out with this person.
Yeah.
They have a nickname, Tregueño.
Moreno.
Yeah.
Morenos.
Yeah.
Tregueño.
Yeah.
Your
So it's
family's
like,
from, wait, your family's from
I'm-
Puerto Rico, you
Yeah.
said?
Mine
well,
Yours too?
they moved
yeah.
from Puerto Rico in 2 years before JFK got assassinated.
Okay.
Look, I
So
can't
they've
even
been here,
tell how
yeah.
far.
Back then, they've been here forever.
But the thing is, like, I can only go far 3 generations back because before that, they were just village people. Like, no, they didn't read, they didn't write, just village people.
Mm.
They were there when, like, America sent corporations to take over and make plantations in Puerto Rico. Like, that's as far back as I can go in my family. They had,
I can't even go that far back.
yeah.
I don't know my father's. I don't know my father's side of the
That shit
family
is real.
like that.
Mhm.
Well, his father's side.
All of it, or that whole ancestry.
So
of it.
it's like-
Hell yeah.
I can only go to what I know,
What
which
you know.
is up to his mother and his grandmother, which is my great grandmother. But she live in Florida now, so.
Shit, it's not even that.
And then my mother's side of the family, I never knew her father, and my grandmother's parents is deceased. So sorry.
That's okay.
So it's like,
And you know that's what y'all saying is true because I used to date a Spanish girl and her grandmother.
go ahead. You ain't gotta hold it back. Say what
Right.
you gotta
Grandmother did not
say,
like me at
man.
all.
She gave you the eye,
They
right?
gave
Huh?
you the eye, right?
Talking
Told
about
you
your
I'm messing with them,
Spanish,
you know, the min words.
Yeah. Morenos.
Yeah, definitely like
She called
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
A,
yeah. She
oh, let me give her the
It was definitely
sword.
like
Let me give her the sword.
it was definitely crazy, but you know,
How did you? Okay, wait, because we could talk forever.
how
Hold
did,
on.
how did I deal with
We're
it?
gonna, because I want to get back to that. So, as dads, right? Even as you speak of what you deal with within your culture, how do you teach your children different, right? Which I'm hoping it just, and we're gonna also like just tie this into our experience and how like, as a dad raising 3 or 2 and 1 more, because we're gonna declare you get your 3rd baby too.
My 3rd one, she's only 2 though, so.
Oh, you was making babies.
You were still in the field.
She's still outside.
Right, you need something.
You outside.
My youngest is 2, but with my 2 oldest, even though my daughter, my middle child is my daughter, she looks same complexion as me. I don't really have to. I explain to her as, you know, the day y'all both was born, y'all had targets on your backs. Your mother's black, your father's Spanish. You're African, American, Hispanic, female, and an African American Hispanic male. at the end of the day, y'all both were born with targets on your backs through the United States government due to the fact y'all don't meet the 1%. Y'all don't meet the majority race as it says in America. So y'all have to.
So wait, I just heard you say your kid's mom was black.
All,
Okay, that's why you like it all that chocolate.
all my.
And
Both-
you like it Spanish.
Both my.
You see what's going on here?
Your child's mom is from.
She's Puerto Rican, but my ex, we just broke up not so long ago, but she's Eritrean.
Both
She-
my kids.
yeah, she actually-
So,
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, growing up, you look around, like you see this, like the disparity between race and everything, and you're like, why are you treating them different?
Yeah.
Like growing up, I knew, like if you just watch, everybody watches sports, they know the darkest colored people are the best in everything. And then you go there, like light brown, dark brown, Hispanic, Native American, whatever you want to call it. And then it's the lightest folk saying no. So growing up, like you know what is the real worth and what's being told as worth, like mainstream versus the real. So like me growing up, I never had a preference on like a woman. It was more like, what can you bring? Like I saw my mom, because my mom is dark skinned. So I see you need to have the same work ethic and loyalty she has, and your skin tone doesn't matter. But the more I grow up, the more I realize that's only in like few skin tones. So I guess I do have a preference.
You like them, dog.
I guess I do.
hey,
And you
Sure,
like
like
them
that.
Spanish. You
I'm
like
like-
them
you know what's coming to you now.
I mean, I don't discriminate. I listen.
It's all about
Any
the
race,
vibe,
so you
right?
date outside. Well, obviously. Well, Spanish is
no,
black,
I
but
mean,
you date.
no.
Yeah, they
outside of
really
that,
are.
You
I
date
never,
Chinese,
no, I never,
white.
never.
Never had a white woman?
No,
It just
Would
don't-
you?
Doesn't feel
Would
the
I?
same, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No
See,
comment.
I don't know. Am I no? But I don't know what I would do. I can't say. I don't know.
Plead the fifth, man.
Yeah. Listen, my mother is black. That's it.
We giving you the
Oh, my
side
mama
eye. Let me see what we could give him.
Right, what
We
button
giving
you
him the
giving
side
You
eye.
can't give him a side eye. He didn't say he had
Nah,
a
he not
preference.
playing
I,
with that.
I love women.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Woman's made to be loved. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, love is love. Love is
So
love.
which one of you?
But
okay.
we get discriminated on too, right? Because they put us in categories too. The men. You
Oh,
got the
yes.
light skinned men and the dark skinned men.
It's true.
So I mean,
Let's get into that one. Right?
yeah, like we get put in the categories too.
Definitely.
I mean,
do.
because it is. Some of y'all are dark and some of y'all are light.
Okay.
Yeah, but what does
So what's
it
your
mean?
preference? Let's get to that.
Yeah.
What's your preference?
What does,
You know what?
Yeah, what's the difference?
To be for me, I mean, when I was younger, being fully transparent, when I was younger, I didn't appreciate my dark skin because it wasn't taught to me to appreciate this darkness. My two best friends were Puerto Rican and Jamaican, light skin Jamaican, like real light skin with long hair Jamaican, and then I was dark. So I dated younger. I dated Spanish and real light, cause that was my, my fucking insecurity, right? But then as I started getting older, and I just started realizing first my ownership and the beauty in who I am at this complexion. Then I just started seeing darker men too as attractive. So it for me, like you at this point, it's not really about your complexion. It's more about who you are.
She like dark skinned men.
You already know.
You just said that, right? You just said that.
So I,
No, wait. I date dark too.
Nah.
I
That was a
date
good
dark.
one.
I don't. So to be honest, for me, it's just more about what you offer. It's about who you are.
it's a bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's about who
Do you
you
have
are.
all these and this?
And too, right? As I'm
That's why the Jonathan
aging,
Majors news was so
big.
yeah.
And it's also too for me. It's more about how you identify just as a man, a person right now. My spiritual aura is really big right now. It's open, so your energy has to meet your principles, your work ethics, your just your manhood. Like for me to be really honest, like that is what I want and like what I identify. Even as I'm raising a son, I want my son to be the type of man that doesn't look at these particular things in a woman but sees this whole picture. Can she do all of this? And if she's falling short, is it in your strength? Like, are her weaknesses in your strengths? And that's kind of like what it's looking at now. Like, I don't care if you're darker than the darkest or lighter than the lightest. Like, are you do you see me as a woman? And are we going to balance? Every date's not going to be great. So I think when you box yourself to like, he got to be light skinned, or he got to be this, or he got to look like this, or
he got to be
And
Spanish.
that's what kills me too when people do that. Like they try to compare you, like, oh yeah, I want this kind of person, this kind of person.
No.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yes.
all right. So a person that you probably think that you would never be with, that'll probably be your best fit.
Yes, sir. Learned that.
Trust
How
the
about-
energy.
Yes.
Alright.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. All of you, when it comes to dating, have you ever experienced a potential partner that might have been a little jealous, show jealousy towards your children?
Well, that's interesting you say that. Right? Jealousy? No, because you know why? I don't. Unless I'm really serious with the person, my kids don't have nothing to do with them.
Okay.
I don't need you to do anything for my kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even mix the two unless I'm really serious. If I'm serious, then you can maybe meet my kids, but you know, it's a process. Because you know, I'm outside.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm glad I'm laughing. I'm glad I'm laughing on this subject.
I mean, same thing. Like,
Mhm.
I don't introduce anyone around my daughter until I know for sure I see at least the next year or two with this person. Like, my current ex, she's pretty, yeah.
I'm gonna need you
Current
to
ex,
explain that to me.
Because if I really think about it, I've only had 2 girlfriends. My
Oh.
daughter's mom and my ex right now.
Okay, that's why you said my
Because,
current
yeah.
ex. Okay, because your daughter's mother's the other
She's,
ex.
no, we ain't even gonna talk about
Okay.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like my ex, like, shout out to Delina.
Right.
Okay.
Shout out to you,
She's-
ma'am.
She's the mother I wish my daughter had.
That's
She-
deep.
She came into my daughter's life when my daughter was, I just got
Can
out
I
of the
steal a
army,
candy?
and my daughter was 4 turning 5, and she's been in her life since. Like, even though we broke up months ago, like, she's still like, I'm willing to co-parent with you, and you don't find that everywhere. So, I mean, she's
Those like
African.
edibles, so.
No,
Oh,
they
nah,
not. They
nah.
regular. They regular.
I just had to ask you, so I dig it.
That's why I said I did everything before I came.
Got me excited for a second.
Oh, God.
Like Johnny was like, what?
Edible? What? Okay.
Yes, like, she's,
Sorry, Harvey.
I know you good.
I say she defines what a woman is to me. Like, even though we're not working out the way we should have, but like when I see a woman, I think of her.
Don't worry, we're gonna make sure
Yeah.
this gets a.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to get back to her. So,
Mr.
come on, Harvey. Have you ever been in a situation where
Yeah.
the woman kind of made it hard for you to be
So
a single dad or a dad?
until my recent child, I've had a couple of relationships, honestly speaking, and it's little bit more difficult than that. My kids is with me 24/7. You understand? So, in order for me to sit there and be out there in the streets, like we say, which I was at the time, I ain't gonna lie.
Streets is nice sometimes.
Ooh, streets is wonderful at times.
Clap it up for that.
But
Clap it up for the streets sometimes.
But in all reality, I've never had a girl I've dealt with jealous of my kids. Cause if you can't accept me as a man who takes care of his kids, that just all that shows is that you just want a person that just is a scumbag, honestly speaking, who don't care for his kids, want to give you all his money, so forth. It's not me. My priority is family first. The family I created is first. Let me say that. Family I created is first, and then everybody else is second. So, I've had an ex. My kids loved her. You know, we had a falling out, and they'll start dealing with another one. My kids love her. So it's like, my kids wished the girls I dealt with after their mother wished that was their mother. And, you know, I didn't want the kids to think that. Your mother's your mother. I can't change that. Y'all can't change that. But if your mother's also not doing what she need to do on her, and I can't also change that either. That's y'all point of view of y'all mother. And that's one thing I don't think I can do to my kids. I can't take their own opinion of their other parent out their head. I can't sugarcoat it either.
Mhm. But it be your own kids though.
Oh no,
They snitch on you.
Tell it.
my kids done dime me out to both these women. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't care about getting dined out to their mother. I'm not with her. I'm not dealing with her.
It's funny. This is a funny joke because we went to a birthday party for my friend's daughter. So you know, we all friends. So I gave people rides. So my son gets home and tells his mother, like, "Yeah, Daddy got a girlfriend." And he was like, "Yeah," and she's black. Yeah, she's black. He said, "Yeah, she's real black." I'm like, this kid is crazy. 7 years old.
I think for me, I've always kept it separate.
Is it easy though?
So
Being a full-time parent, how can you really keep it
wait, I want to
separate?
before y'all go there, right? I want to say this, right? We talking about types, right? And it's funny because when you're younger, when they be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go after the girl with the kid," but we have a different mentality as men. We know why we're going after the girl with the kid, right?
You know she.
Yeah, we know. But as you get older,
She having sex, so
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, she's listening.
She's having sex.
busted it open.
Yep.
It's
So
busted open.
So
you have that, right?
She done pushed the baby
But
out.
yeah,
you
so
know she over there having sex.
Exactly.
So
as
it's
you get
like,
as you get older, right?
yeah.
You might have to date, if you're a father, you might have to date the girl with the kid because the girl without the kid would never understand how it is. And you talk about the jealousy of the kid because if a girl that don't have a kid, she's gonna want all the attention. You know what I'm saying? And a person that has a kid knows what it's like to have a kid, and
especially
you know,
when they raising them.
Mhm.
So, for me, it wasn't difficult. It wasn't difficult because I moved in a way that just made it how I needed it to be. My children, you got to be gone before my kids get up. That's understood. It's clear.
Oh.
Like you got to go.
He said, "Oh,
Like
are you see you getting comfortable?"
yeah, no.
Oh
So you
no.
gotta go for the kids.
First and
and stuff. Like,
foremost, you ain't
were
spending the night. The kids in the crib.
period. Like none of that's happening.
Once we
so
done,
you got to go. So
Ain't no.
that's how
Ain't no
it
even
comes-
falling asleep. Like,
So, and that's why it
about?
becomes easy because not that it's the most effective either. It was easy because it was clear lines.
Mhm.
It was clear. It was clear.
Oh, that's
This is
the
what
great-
it is. This is what
I-
we're
I
doing.
like-
This
I
is
like
how it
how
is.
she set it
And
up,
so
basically.
because if it's clear, then there's very little misunderstanding with it.
No expectation.
As my kids started getting older, though, especially now as I'm raising a son, I realized that he needs to see both sides. He needs to see. So my brother lived with me up until this year, up until January. My brother's been with me since my son was like 2. So he always had a man
figure in the
house.
All right.
However, he didn't see what it was like for mommy to be coexist with someone else. And now at 11, this nigga's cock blocking. Like,
My daughter
I'm talking
has
about this nigga's on the phone, like phone ring. He like, who that?
Who that?
Like, yeah. So
God bless.
it's now it's almost like, okay, so I chose that for a reason. And the reason I chose that for me as a woman was if his dad isn't present or isn't where he needs to be, if you can't guarantee me not just a year or two, but that this is longevity, then for me to expose him to that and the possible disappointment that's gonna come from you not being there when you're not, right? That was the biggest fear for me. And that's what kept me from blending the two. And even now, for me to invite you into my space on a personal level, as far as someone I'm introducing to my children, as someone I'm dating, I need to see consistency. I need to see grounding. Even if I have to explain to my son, like, things don't work, I still want to eliminate that as much as I can. So I keep things separate. We do have conversations because, again, he's 11. And so, like, he notices my phone. He notices, he hear ear hustling and,
Notices
hearing
me
he
going
knows,
down.
right.
Yeah.
And he liking girls, these little nasty heifer girls. Stay out of these little nasty girls. And because he's liking girls, he's picking up on certain conversations now.
He's picking up game.
Yeah, he's picking it up. So now it's like, who you talking to? Before, he didn't care. Now it's like, who that? Like, so it's also now trying to figure that space out. My 20-year-old, she's 20. And she likes girls. So she's with the shits. She's my flower child. I call her my flower child. I can't say anything wrong. Like, so She kind of gets it different because she's 20. And me and her was in the trenches together. Like,
As well being a female.
yeah.
It's a
So,
little different. Yeah.
It's way different in her understanding of it. Whereas for him, it's a boy child. So I never really opened up a space where you can make it difficult for me to be a parent because also it is what it is. My son plays football. Even today, my son is into football. My son is this. That's where my energy is going. I would love for the person that I meet to like get in where I fit in, like want to come to his games. Like,
Join up, basically.
yeah, that's why it's important. Like, I don't put myself in a space of like he has to look like this. It's more this. If you show me that you're even interested in enough to want to be at one of my son's games, because you see how important it is to me, that makes you even more attractive to me because you care past making it difficult for me to be the mom that I am. You want to be where I am instead of me being where you are.
Not just that, to also show support for the child as well, because it's like if I'm dealing with, say I was a single father, a guy with no kids, and I decided to try to deal with a female with kids, and like you said, your son is in sports. Whether I like sports or not, this is what you want to do. I want to build something with you, so I'm gonna show not just support on your side, but I'm gonna show support on his side as well. Like, try to help him out if I can, if I even know this game. Period, help him out, or just even play catch or whatever here and there, little stuff like that. Show some type of interest to the kid as well.
I like that. So we have one last question for you guys.
So how do you handle the emotional space your children sometimes would normally go to their moms for, but because you're the sole parent, they now come to you for, like, so for example, you guys have girls. Like, how do you have the cycle conversation? How do you?
I haven't had that yet.
Oh.
I should
You
be. I
did?
should be there.
Not
though.
by myself, but I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Who'd you do? Okay, I want to hear you too. What did you? Because you
I
have
can't. I
daughters,
can't.
so-
I can't answer yet. I haven't had it yet, but I'll try to
How
answer
did
the
you?
best of my
Okay,
knowledge.
so you
But go
had
ahead.
it.
Like, me and my ex, well, she brought it up, and she said, it's better to get ahead of this than to just let it happen and then have to tell after, because it can be traumatizing, you know? So we bought the book, we got the videos, we did the whole thing. We talked to her about it. She, 10 years old, she doesn't care. She's like, okay, like, when it happens, it happens. Like, can I go back to my phone? Like, but we made sure, like, the book is there. If you're confused, you read it. If you don't want to read the book, we're here. Like, if you don't want to talk to us, like, there's videos. Like, make sure that you use one of the tools we gave you. So you're not just lost asking your friends for stuff, and next thing you know, like,
Finding out the wrong way.
yeah.
Because these kids.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So you haven't had it with your daughters. Are you
I-
ready to have it with your daughter?
Well, my 10-year-old daughter, I haven't had it with yet, and my other daughters too. But I do have twin sisters. Congratulations on your twins. By the way. I skipped that so far.
It's
Luckily.
coming. You want more kids?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
So
You still trying?
So, I've had conversations with my mother, my sisters, even my best friends who are females. I've been told to, like, hey, even fathers that have kids, sooner or later it's coming up. Your sisters had, my mother says all the time, your sisters had their period since they was like 9, 10. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, you gotta talk about that then.
It doesn't always mean that
Yes,
it's
it
gonna be
does.
for, you understand?
It does.
So I'm like,
It's definitely genetic.
so now my homeboy, one day I'm at a softball game. He was like, "Yo, she's over there crying, saying her stomach hurt. You think she gonna?" I'm like, I'm in the game still. I'm like, she better, like ain't no stores around here, nothing like that. So he sat there and pulled me to the side after the game. I was like, "Yo, it's best you start getting up on it. Like, start buying stuff on the side. She might not even pay attention, but God forbid it happen. You already set, and then that's when y'all could talk about it. And it's coming from a guy's in his 50s.
You have to
Sort of.
talk to her about
So
it.
he's like,
You totally
speaking off his own. So I'm
experience.
like, that doesn't sound like a bad idea to try to start
Making her little care packages, keeping them in the car.
Just keeping
The cycle is very random, so just to not be in the space, keeping an extra set of clothes.
Yeah, keep it in my daughter's backpack.
Keep an extra set of clothes.
Yeah,
Keep a little
so-
care package that includes like the pad, the wipes, like because
Well, wipes stay in the
cycle
car,
is
period.
very yeah.
Wipes
so
stay
then
in
you
the
just
car.
want to get like a change of clothes.
Wipes
like
is something
pads.
that always stay in the
You
car.
definitely.
You know,
so-
it's funny. I had a big argument about the wipes, the baby wipes. That
Oh,
was
okay.
crazy. I had a big argument about the baby wipes.
We're gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the next.
Yeah, I
show.
have
That's
a
the next
question
show.
for him,
We'll jump
too.
into
Oh,
it.
what about my son?
yeah. Like, how do you handle like when he needs to be emotional? Maybe there's a girl who broke his heart, or pre-com, or erection.
I mean, that's
Because
talking
he's
about.
in high school.
I
Your
tell
oldest
my-
one is in high school.
Yeah, that's different. It's funny because
They
like
fucking-
I work near
No, they
my
fucking.
son's school,
They fucking in high
right?
school.
So
Don't ignore them.
Nah,
They're
nah.
fucking in high school. He's trying to ignore that. They're
She keep
fucking
trying
in
to
high
say it,
school.
so it's like I'm trying not to
What
laugh.
do you say?
But-
They doing it in middle school.
I'm about to say some people
Please.
even fucking in
I'm
middle
trying to
school.
skip
They
that.
doing
I'm
it in
trying-
middle
I'm
school.
trying to
I
skip
see it.
it.
They be in the staircase.
all I'm gonna say
Ooh,
is
damn.
opposite attract, if you know what I mean. But
Okay.
but it's funny because my son he goes his school is right down right up the block from my job. So when I feel old now because when I get out the car and I'm parking, and you got the little girls saying, "Hi, Mr. Parnell." I'm like, huh?
Who are you?
So then I'm calling my son like, "Who's this?" He's like, "Oh, that's my ex." I said, "Yeah, ex."
Yeah, they got exes.
Like, how many you got? Like,
Yeah, like what?
I
You know,
mean-
high school. Sometimes they last 2 days and that's
listen,
it.
if he was anything like me, then he's good. He's in a good.
Here we go again, in these streets, in these
So is it
streets.
appropriate
But
for
how
my
do you
son to
deal
be
with
bringing a girl home
No.
every time, and he
No.
won't let me meet her?
Now you know it's funny, right?
She ain't worth it.
Yeah. That's
And my
probably what
mother,
it is.
right? My mother.
She's a
She's not
face.
worth it.
Listen, my mother, right? When my mother,
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up, I got in trouble in high school for bringing girls home. Right?
I got a story.
Got
So-
me looking like the
Alright.
Joker.
So my brother, when he gets in high school, he's
Oh.
bringing girls to the house.
What's the
doors
age difference?
closed,
What's the age difference?
everything.
What's the age
My
difference?
brother's 27,
And you
37.
so
So
10 year different.
yeah, but I'm
It's
like,
baby.
The baby,
So-
you gotta be the baby of the
Yeah,
family,
the
right?
baby
So-
can't
so-
do wrong.
so she's finding bags in the garbage with condoms in it and
They
everything.
thinking it's you.
And then she's coming right to me. I'm like, "Do you know I have 3 kids? I don't
So,
need
but
those."
how do you-
No, I'm playing.
Obviously. So, but how do you deal with that when that's your teenage son doing the same thing?
I mean, my son don't bring nobody to the house. At least
Yeah.
I don't know about.
Yeah.
But I did tell him if you want to bring somebody, don't go through the front door because there's a camera there. Go to the side. But
Why do men do
No.
that? Like, why?
What are you
why
talking about?
keep
All right,
penis in
so-
your pants?
And why men
Why
are
do
so
y'all do
excited
that?
for
Like,
their boys
to
to be
be
out
getting
sleeping with
pussy. Like,
people,
I mean,
but when it
getting
comes to the
pussy.
daughters, y'all are like, no.
I mean,
because it's a difference. It's a
Honestly
difference.
How?
speaking, it
It's
kind
a
of
Because
is.
he got a girl and he don't want your son blinking
both.
on his girl.
I got both.
Right,
You got
but
two.
how?
And you don't
It's
want-
different though.
I can see it from both sides, right?
How?
Because I've had. Let's just start with this, right? Like I get it. The backdoor thing makes sense.
Definitely.
Like just don't involve me in what you're doing. At the same time,
That's
like
that's meaning that
Stay
part
away
to go
from the camera.
stay away from the camera because if I see the camera now I got to answer to this.
I mean, nowadays you don't know because all it takes is a lie to ruin someone's life.
Mhm.
That
I would
too.
say like just even like a wave at the camera and then go around the back door, like that might save like
I'm
15
telling
years.
we
of his
telling
life.
our sons to turn the
Yeah.
turn the recorder
You know
on.
Get a
what?
text
That's a good.
message.
That's a
First,
good. That's a
turn
good
the-
thing.
Turn the recorder
'Cause
on.
thinking
Now,
about it-
going in don't mean shit.
Thinking
Y'all don't
about
watch
it,
Law
you
and
don't-
Order. When they go in, going in, they look fine. Period.
Think-
I need you to
'Cause-
say live
Yeah.
on this recording. I need you to say you're
'Cause there were-
consensually about to
there
get
were two
naked.
kids.
Like
Yeah,
that's how
that's
that's
what-
going.
that's
What
I
you talking
said
about? The
that's
two
kinda-
boys, the two football players?
No, something
Oh,
else. Even,
oh.
I mean, even worse. It's more personal. There was 2 neighborhood kids around me when I was growing up, like in around Bushwick, like 12, 13-year-old boys. They decided like they were drinking, they were smoking, they were just gonna hang out with this one girl who was like the neighborhood girl.
Mhm.
Turns out her parents didn't like what she was doing. All it took was a little bit of pressure and a lie, and she said they raped her. Now both these boys are registered sex offenders, and they did 8 years in jail in juvie. And 12 years old, it stays with them their whole life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just because she was embarrassed because of the choices she was making.
And now,
I
even
mean, no
if
one's
she goes-
innocent, but still, like, only takes one lie to ruin a life.
Listen, I mean, it happened to me before. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was working at Summer Youth, right?
Mhm.
And you know,
Yeah.
you got the house next to the job site, so everybody we going to party, right? The girl stole one of the Game Boys back in the day.
Yeah.
She stole the Game Boy. So we went back to the job. I just so happened to like look at her bag and she had the Game Boy. I'm like, yo, you stole my Game Boy? Da da da. So it started to get crazy, and then she like lied and everything, and it was
I said you touched them.
yeah, it was like crazy. It was real crazy, and I'm like, she stole my Game Boy. Like I didn't touch this girl. She stole my stuff. So we going back and forth, and I still remember this day. The summer youth lady, right, came. She did an interrogation. It was like, just say you did it.
Oh.
I said, say I did it. I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing.
I'm not saying I did anything.
So I obviously I didn't do anything. But the girl was scared because she got caught stealing, and she didn't want me to tell on her. So I get what you're saying.
So screw your life.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like it could have went a whole different way, and I really didn't do anything.
I know how that goes. I got the same bull crap claim before too.
That's somebody that you raped.
Oh, this gets crazy.
So wait, how do you, as fathers of sons, how do you now
Try to do that.
try to avoid this for yourself?
Well, my experience was me and my baby mother, my first children's mother, we was at each other's throat, whatever. She wanted me to drop my child support case against her so she could get the little help that she needed to get her own spot and whatnot. So I was doing it good faith, which I should have never did. Dropped it, just so happens we from the same area. I'm out hanging out, drinking. She's in the same park I'm at. I just so happen to see my homeboy talking. I'm like, fuck. I see him talking. I'm like, what you doing out here? Like, you know what I'm doing out? We chilling. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot to see baby moms. Like, that's whatever. I don't give a fuck. You understand? So we drinking. I'm about to spin off to go see somebody else. She happens to follow me, liquor courage. Liquor courage in the
Like
car.
that baby mama, boy.
Nah, liquor courage. She started kissing on me, and then
Y'all was naked.
nah, it didn't happen that day.
Yeah, the next day.
She
'Cause I was
decided.
on my way somewhere.
Nah, it didn't happen that day because her ex decided to start hitting her up. Then she
While y'all was in the car?
She flipped.
she flips on me
Oh, in the
because
car?
she
You-
flips
that
on
happened to
me.
you, Johnny.
She flips on me because he tits her up, spazzing about whatever they got going on in their relationship. I don't even know. So it's like, you could go with that. I ain't got time to be getting accused of nothing, getting balked at or something. I'm not even with you.
This
She's
is
like-
supposed to be fun.
It wasn't even supposed to be that. It should never got where it got. Honestly speaking.
Because sometimes some baby mamas you ain't supposed to sleep with.
So
No.
it
Mistake
got
happens once.
It's done.
that's it.
so it got to where it got,
I
and
said
then
no.
she gets that phone call. So now she starts spazzing on me. See, always about you. Motherfuckers keep always calling me, bitching and complaining about you. Da, da, da. I ain't got nothing to do with that phone call. Nobody even know you with me right now, other than who was in the pub, seeing you walk behind me. Now, a couple of weeks later, she come to grab the kids. I'm in the house. We go in the back to talk about that night. One thing led to another. Dumb thinking. We start doing. My front door opens. It's my girlfriend at the time.
And you was brave. You brought it to the crib.
Right.
we had that.
She's supposed to come to the crib. That's the mother of his children. She's supposed to come pick up the
She was
kid.
able to come pick
Why
up the
the
kid.
fuck are you in the bedroom?
Yeah,
That's
it.
where the fuck you
That's-
Wait,
went
that's
so
the
Byron,
You passed the whole
Yeah.
door. That bitch supposed to be at the door getting
Yeah.
shit.
So-
She ain't even
Yeah.
supposed to be in my house.
so like I said, yeah.
See? Niggas always
Girl at the
mad
time
and
comes,
shit.
opens the front door. She starts, oh, now we got to stop. Da, da, da. All right, we stop. A month and a half later, I get fucking arrested. The cops come to the door. We got a warrant for your arrest for possible
Sexual
rape.
assault.
I'm like,
Your
what?
baby mother? It's crazy.
So when I get there and I see the claim, I'm like, oh, hell no. This was whole consensual. You just bragged to the only reason me and my girl's fighting right now at the moment is because you just bragged to her inside the fucking doctor's office about what happened.
I mean, you can. I don't. I mean, I don't.
So yeah,
I mean,
it ain't something.
you know, women are. Like that's
Conniving?
emotional for them.
Some of them are
You know what I'm
conniving.
Huh?
Some
No,
of
no,
them
no.
are
I'm not
conniving.
saying.
I said some. I said
That's
some.
him,
I mean,
I'm saying they're emotional, so
I would say
I mean,
that's
I would
a
never
little-
touch.
That's
I
a
mean-
little vindictive right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch my
Oh
my
no.
mama.
From
Not saying like that, but there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, I don't want to give nobody hope or think it's.
oh no,
it's
from this
something-
day, from that day forward, never again. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why you learn from your mistakes.
From that day forward, it was a never again situation.
I bet.
I ain't
I
mad
mean,
at
it
you.
only had to take an arrest.
Oh,
So, we just thank you guys for coming.
Oh, let's give them some claps. Clap for yourself.
What's the other one?
Which one?
Give me something.
Pay attention.
that means when nobody paying attention.
Oh, we gotta go. You know what you're doing?
No,
That's a whole song.
Oh, you gotta stop that.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, we'll turn it
No, that's for everything.
Oh,
Still going?
She said, no, the fuck you won't turn me off.
Oh, the music thing right there.
well, I just want to thank you for showing up, being vulnerable, being honest, allowing us to be in your business, and just being a whole vibe. We appreciate you. You are more than welcome to be a part of this village because we would love to be a part of yours. Take care of each other. And, yeah. Anything you would like to close with?
No, because they're coming right back to talk to us again for this next episode. We're going to act like we changing. We're just going to take a second and somehow he going to edit this out. But we, I just, I'm overjoyed at the opportunity to talk. I think that we, in starting this podcast, the reason for this was to create conversation. Even if it's a little all over the place, like, or if it's generated based on one topic, it didn't need to look away. It just needed to start happening again. We just needed to come sit down with each other again and start conversating. So we thank you guys for taking this time as fathers to. I thought it was me over here. I
got a
was
little
supposed to change
fin
my.
down here like that.
This was supposed to be like the next episode shirt, and the whole sweatshirt wasn't working. So, but again, I thank you, like Rhonda. We thank you.